You know what I'm saying?
Let's try not to. Hey, Lonzo, that's the reason I have a problem with a lot of people that go against certain things that, in the fact it's going to, even though it doesn't affect you initially, it does affect your community and different things like that, and the reason why they're doing it. That's why I hate when some people be speaking. It's like, either A, they're hella naive to what's going on outside, and they think they're okay. It's like, it gives me vibes of a bunch of people talking about your community, and you say, like, well, that's not me, I'm different. Looking at it.
Bro, that shit crazy.
Shut the fuck up and go read the bill, stupid ass bitch. What the fuck is you doing in this motherfucking room in the first place? You ain't nothing.
The AP swipe? AP, did you swipe? Oh, no, she. I thought she would take the bus up. Okay, gotcha. All right, what up, Big Lie? You awfully quiet today. What's going on?
Remove me, bitch. Huh? Remove me, bitch. Big Stank was it your nasty, raggedy ass? Wash your hair, bitch.
Next trip, goodbye.
Why would she say my name out of nowhere?
Yeah, she crashed out. I mean, I think, you know what it is? She's a divester, and sometimes, not just a divester. She's like an extreme divester. So anything that black men do specifically, she has a problem, good or bad. So.
Man, I don't even interact with that lady. Why the hell would she say Big Stink? Like, I don't know.
No, she's a troll, bro. She's a troll.
Oh, okay. Well,
she's gonna come back in the burner, and she's gonna definitely, like, stalk you from now on. She's gonna go off on you, bro. She's gonna go off on you, bro.
But that's weird as hell. I don't know her.
This is World War II, bro.
Well, I didn't hear any solutions out of her. That's one thing.
The solutions is black women should have been black. I think we cooked, man. I think we're cooked. Come on. Because I was away from my phone. What was it like when y'all played that clip when they were talking about the bill to Congress? When they were talking about, like, the taxes that's going to go up for people making under a certain amount of money.
It's really so. I mean, to be fair, I'm not surprised that this type of stuff is it's hard to deny how detrimental it's going to be against lower people and stuff just make it.
I don't know how they're measuring, because how do you tax somebody what they make? 70% is a lot. If it goes up 70%, that's a lot of money.
I mean, trust me, it's a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first heard about it, I wasn't really worried about it, stuff like that. But knowing the fact what they're doing, and like saying, like, the bill in Trump is not my biggest concern. It's the people that's understanding how to benefit their company and how they can use it against you. That's my biggest thing. Like the whole DEI and different things like that, for example. Even though it's for, he says it's for Hispanics, white women, or whatever the case may be like. But these employers and different things like that, are managers, whatever the case may be like, they never liked you in the first place, now have an excuse to let you go. They're like, hey, I gotta let you go, but you're a DEI hire. I think, what? And so are you going with this big beautiful bill, things like that, whatever's in it? It's like, now it's getting fired people to try to use, even though none of us probably are on Medicaid or anything else like that. Some of these racist motherfuckers and everybody else like, how does it feel now, boy? You don't need Medicaid. You don't get Medicaid no more. It's like, I never was. and it's like, now it's like, I don't know. I'm like, all these bills is empowering a lot of bigot, racist people to use it against us. Like I said, like Trump, shit like that is bad, whatever. But like I said, I think it's like the means and the MAGA people that's looking at the power behind it, what they can do with it, to harm us and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate, for people who are undocumented in this country. They have to go through that. But I'm not going to sit here and be gasping because I'm a natural born citizen. And I'm supposed to be feeling the goddamn way because somebody came here, obtained some benefits illegal or through fraud. I mean, what's the fix? The fix is to go get back in line and get, I don't know how to say, if you cross the line and you become a fugitive, and then you live 10, 15 years as a fugitive on the run, and you had to yourself many different places, throughout that course. And then you get caught at work, and all of a sudden, I'm and everything. I don't understand that, because if the shit was on the other foot, who's going to be in a crime for me? I was in the same scenario. I overstayed my visa, right? Well, what are they going to go grab you at the jail or at the emissary somewhere or whatever for me to be free and get kind of rights and all of these things? Or wherever you guys go. I mentioned Haiti because I'm fucking with Lonzo. But, lightheartedly, bro, it's never personal.
But AJ, I'm going to say this to what you said. I understand what you're saying and stuff like that. But what I'm saying behind it is like, yeah, that's how you feel about it. But like I said, once these bills get in place and everything else like that, the people that are against you or want to use it against you, they don't give a fuck that you're an immigrant or you're a citizen or where the hell you are. Just know that some of these people out here just don't like us and they tolerate this for just because it was against the law to do certain things. So now the fact they can use the law against you now to pick up your life. I mean, you don't have to care about that, but
well, that's the thing. These things aren't rubber to the road in my day-to-day circumstances. Yeah, of course, white people hate you in general, each and every last 100%.
No, I ain't saying everybody. But I'm just
saying. Well, no, I know you're not. I am. Though. I'll make it clear that I believe each and every last white person is the physical manifestation of Satan on the planet. If they can. But outside of that, I can't move forward, hinging or have that weighing me down in society that somebody doesn't like me and all of these things. I still have to push forward, to put myself in a better tax bracket to be able to benefit from the beautiful bill. If I'm not in that position, that would be the ideal. And it's not hard to go get an EIN number, okay, and, pull out about $500 to get your business started. Get registered and all of these things and stuff. And then now you can benefit. Just put your business on stall so you're not taxed immediately for not running the business but having it. All of these little things people can do for under $500 damn dollars. The average person on SNAP and all of these things and put themselves in a different tax bracket. This is simple shit. What else we got going on with the thing? Write-offs, like the sister was saying. He expanded the write-offs and stuff, and you can get back even more for writing off. So let's just say you're an Uber driver, Uber Eats. You buy an pen or anything. You guys already know. I'm pretty sure people who contract write off a lot of things that they probably shouldn't be writing off if possible. But he's expanded all of these things, to help you. And then if you do overtime, if you're in the medical field, especially you nurses, all that overtime y'all get, if you ain't bringing shit home, well, now it's going to be a different story. Okay, now the good times is about to be rocking and rolling. Because you know how big that overtime pay is. And when you can bring it back tax-free, oh, man, you will see it significant. You will see it play out significantly in your livelihood. Along with a few other things that's escaping me right now. So I'm just looking at it from that perspective. I'm not looking at it from the perspective of them putting some social legislation in place to hold me back, like DEIs and all. I'm from California. We ain't had no affirmative action here since 1994. I think the minute they put it in action, we got rid of it like maybe a year later. We're like, nah, we don't need that shit. And guess what? Go ahead.
I was just touch on what you just said. I don't know if it's going to continue going and switch from that topic. You said, okay, I live in California. know me, and live there now. Like Tony Houston land in LA and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even though they're moved from the action, they still practice. I mean, they fuck black people up. You're doing a lot of jobs, and you don't see black people a lot of jobs. They get into like a lot of jobs, get into Hispanic and Armenians. Like the people that treat you the best out there are some of the white people out there. But we know that the majority of people out there are different formers and stuff like that. And a lot of them, you know, they don't even like black people out there. I ain't know that was such a thing of a minority not liking black people talking out there. So yeah, so it's like y'all always say y'all's a free state, it's not racist here or shit like that. A person coming from the South that know what racism is, and seeing how y'all get treated out there, y'all get treated like it's like the 1960s out there. Dead ass. Some of y'all be blindsided to the shit. But people from the South, what the hell is going on? Y'all get followed in the store. Y'all get an altercation with somebody. You got 8 squad cars and a helicopter pulling up. You try and get a job. They tell you that if your name's Antonio, you'll pull up and they see you that you're a black man. They're like, oh, the job got filled up. To y'all, not to y'all, because I don't know you personally. So a lot of people out there, they feel like, oh, that's just normal. So a lot of us, it's like, no, that's not fucking normal. You feel me? I wouldn't use California as an example about permanent action. It's all great to hear because it's really not.
One thing that and I'm trying to say, in my thinking is stay focused in relationship to the bill and my concern. And I'm, it's 2 things that I kind of frame as a concept. The demographics of the historical demographics of black people in America. And the historical demographic of poor black people in America. That's when I'm looking at this. One thing that is interesting to me is that when we're even talking about this particular iration of the bill, which is an expansion, if we look at what happened during Clinton, we're not talking, we don't contextualize it in the long march, say, from Reagan, and making the point that that was when one of the strategic proclamations that to privatize everything, right? To privatize all social things, that the government wouldn't be funding any social programs for those who need. Now, and when we look at it in relationship to black people, as I said earlier, it always gives me the population of black people who are willingly to write off as a demographic another population of black people, in the sense of they don't want to work, they're too lazy, the elderly possibly don't need, Medicare, Medicaid, or they're the ones who are just, have certain disabilities. They don't need these social programs. Or if they do, they're okay with having the private companies, knowing how private companies work in America, take the burden of that. That's one framing that, really concerns me. And I recognize I have to deal with time, because there's a lot of elements that this budget reflects. And I said Reagan in relationship to privatization, but if we go back to Nixon, how the white nationalists, who are the base of 47, whether you call, the iration of the Tea Party or the iration of the white Christian nationalists, that how they have been able to maneuver since Nixon to be able to be the populist foundation, that 77 million that 47 got, that looks at this thing as a good thing. This budget looks at that as a good thing, even if it hurts them. And that gets to that class collaboration. But if it hurts them, that adage of, white people get a cold, black people get pneumonia, it makes me wonder. And the way this budget is presented in the sense of what it takes away from those who are those social and bureaucracy programs, it makes me raise the question of whether
what is going to be the social reaction for mothers who have to clock in that amount of time of work in order to get, whatever they're going to get from what is it, the food